Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. As you know, the past couple years have been the year of the woman, or the year of the minority, the African American, the composers who were swept under the rug and ignored because of their race or their sex or something else. And some of you have been sniffy about it and said, well, you know, I only want to hear music that's good music. Well, yeah, of course, like you're the one who's going to judge what's good music and what isn't, right? Like I'm going to judge. None of us can judge. All we can do is play it, and then we all judge. And the decision as to who gets played, well, if it used to be people were excluded because of their race or sex, there's no reason we shouldn't include them because of their race or sex, because it works both ways, and I'm fine with it. So here's one who's eminently worth hearing. Finland's premier female composer, before Kaija Saariaho, who I don't even think was their premier female composer, but that's me. Here it is. Here she is. Helvi Leiviskä. She was quite gifted. She taught at the Sibelius Academy or whatever that thing was in Helsinki. Her years were 1902 to 1982. And here on Hänssler with the Staatskapelle of Weimar under Ari Rasilainen, who, as you know, does tons and tons of wonderful, unusual music. He did that great Atterberg cycle, for example, on CPO. So he's conducting it, and he knows how to conduct this stuff. And we have Oliver Triendl, clavier, piano, in her Piano Concerto in D minor, Opus 7, from 1935, and her Symphony No. 1 from 1947. This is on 2 discs at a special price, I believe. The concerto is 45 minutes, and the symphony is 40 minutes. So they're big, beefy pieces. She trained, by the way, with Levi Madetoja. So she had very, very good pedigree, and she's trained with, other famous people. We don't need to get into the details. What do these sound like, and what do I think of them? Because I'm the one who decides whether it's good or not, right? No. I think, first of all, you should listen to this music because it's very interesting. It has its own character, and that's a good thing. Whether it's great music or not, we can decide in the next 50 years or so. But the music has personality. First of all of these pieces are rather interesting in terms of structure. Leiviskä tends to write music with, well, how do I describe it? See, this is the hard part. You really have to listen to it. Let's talk about the concerto. It has 2 big outer movements in moderate tempo. I mean, the tempo markings are allegro ma non troppo, allegro for the first movement, then vivace for the second movement, and then a fugue, but andante tranquillo and maestoso and andantino cantabile is the ending. So you'd think it's going to be like a snoozeroo as it dribbles to its ineffectual close, but that's not what happens. That's not what happens at all. This is a big, beefy, romantic concerto with gobs of notes and fistfuls of figurations flying all over the place. But her style often contrasts you don't hear it so much in the concerto as in the symphony, but we'll get to that in a minute. Sort of naturalistic sounds, delicate, light, airy kind of sonorities with dark, heavy chorale type tunes. There's a certain religious element to everything that she does, and the chorale element comes to the fore in the finale of this concerto. I'm not sure, as with the symphony, that it's 100% effective. I don't know how it would work in concert, but it was beautiful to listen to on disc, and that's where we are right now. The symphony is in 4 movements. And, the usual 4 movements. And the finale, this allegro non troppo, which is 12 minutes long, is another one of those pieces. The whole symphony actually operates as a contrast between nature music. There's like bird calls and things for woodwinds and harp, and these lower, darker chorale type things in the brass. And then, of course, there's all kinds of other stuff in the middle. I mean, there's lots of other melodic material, but those are the opposing forces at work. Now, this symphony continuously recycles that concept as it goes. It does have in the third movement a really vivacious scherzo, which I am 100% sure, it doesn't happen here, ought to be run on to the finale because it stops at a big crescendo in the middle of nowhere, and then the finale stops. Clearly, there should not be a pause there, or if there is, there should not be a pause there, and it's there. But without having a score in front of me, because we just talked about scores, right? I couldn't tell you exactly the way it's supposed to go, but I have a very strong feeling that's the way it's supposed to go. And this is another piece where this chorale business kind of emerges. It emerges at the end of the first movement. It emerges even more at the end of the finale. It's, again, a work that has lovely moments. How well it all hangs together, I'm not so sure yet. I mean, I need to hear it more. I need to live with it for a while, maybe for years. Who knows? But I need to give it a chance, and I think you should give it a chance because she's very talented. And by the way, this is a good introduction because Biss is doing a series of the complete orchestral works. There aren't a lot of them. She was a very careful composer who didn't write tons of music, but she was a very polished composer. And so the Biss series is going to do these. They haven't yet. We're going to be talking about that Biss release because it's all different music, later music, and in a somewhat different style. So this is her early kind of beefy romantic period. And remember, at this point, the years when she wrote these, 1935, 1947, Sibelius was around, Matatoya was around, Erkki Mellarton was around. I mean, it was a time when there was this first generation of Finnish romantic composers in the post-Sibelian, post-Sibelian style. Väinö Raitio was around, and it was really a very, very interesting time in Finnish music when a lot of very beautiful music was written. Uno Klami, the names just keep bubbling up. So she's like that. She's one of those. Whether she's the most distinctive or the best, well, like I said, that time will tell. But this is music worth hearing. The sound is quite good. The performances are quite good, as far as I can tell. I look forward to hearing the competing versions on Biss when they came out, because then I can maybe say, oh, I was wrong, or maybe I can say I was right. We'll find out. But the best way is when we have the chance to make comparisons and you can get in on the ground floor with this lovely Hänssler release of Helvi Leiviskä with Ari Rasilainen, the Staatskapelle Weimar, and Oliver Triendl. Triendl, I said his name is Triendl. Piano. Quite good. Quite interesting. Quite new. Give it a shot. Quite. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.